Yeah. And so now what I want to do is go around and give each of our coaches on the call the chance to introduce themselves at a high level, share what does health and wellness mean to each of us individually, why health and wellness is important to each of us individually. And then, as I mentioned, we're all coaches here on this call. Most of us are coaches here on this call. And I want to give each of our coaches the opportunity to describe how they specifically want to help people with their coaching and what ways do they want to help people feel better in their life. So if it's okay, Stephanie, since you're first on my screen here, I want to ask you to unmute yourself, which you already did. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And let us know, what does health and wellness mean to you? Why is it important to you? And how do you as a coach want to help people in this world?
Thank you so much. First off, thank you so much for doing this. It's so exciting to be a part of this. I feel like it's a global movement. For those of us that have, gotten into this, we actually feel the momentum of this picking up, and so it's super exciting to be a part of this, to share this platform with the other coaches here and the coaches that are listening and the others that'll be on in the future. So, real quick background, my name is Stephanie Cook. I've actually been involved in health and wellness for almost 20 years. I've done energy balancing in my life. I'm a nutraceuticals consultant. I'm a weight loss coach. And of course, I'm an integrative health and wellness coach, just like everybody on this podcast. And when I first started out, so what is health and wellness to you? When I first started out doing this, it was very focused on the physical being, right? Like, how can we get optimum weight and how can we get, to where we wanted to be? And I quickly realized, especially with the energy work and different things that I was doing, that most people that came to me, they had something going on outside their life that was related, that was affecting their physical being, right? Inability to sleep, or finances so stressful that, the stress was, through the roof, and they might be eating really well and they might be running 5 miles a day, but that wasn't moving the needle, And so what health and wellness means to me is to be able to get out of bed in the morning and do what it is that you need to do, but not only that, what you want to do. We rarely get up and say, what do I want to do today? It's always a checklist. Who's got a checklist, right? Everybody's got their to-do list. It's huge, right? So for me, holistic wellness and health and wellness is about looking at the whole picture of your life and saying, okay, this is my to-do list, but how can I add things on my want list? This is what I want to do. This is how I want to express myself and my unique signature in this world. And so that's kind of what health and wellness means to me. It's not just absence of disease, it's presence of your journey and your passion. And so that's what health and wellness means to me. Why is wellness important? This is, you guys, we have such a ripple effect. Have you ever been in a room where somebody's just full of energy and full of life, and you leave the room feeling more boosted, more excited, because we really do connect to each other. And so I think one person at a time, we can change this planet, because when you feel better, you do better. You just do. And so I think of it not just as like, let's get everybody, physically healthy. Let's create a community of people that support and love each other. We definitely need to feel better so that we can do better. And I think that affects us everywhere. I mean, we're so polarized in this nation. We're polarized in our world based on how COVID did this and how politics did that. When you feel well, you're more open to receiving from other people and finding compassion for others. So that's what it is for me. And my last question you asked was, what do I specifically want to do as a health and wellness coach? I'm extremely passionate about reaching Gen Z. I think our younger generation is oftentimes overlooked. We have our aging population that tends to have disease, right? And so we spend a lot of time talking to them, focusing on them. We have a lot of people that focus on women's health, which I'm extremely passionate about, but I really want to reach this younger generation. They are the leaders of tomorrow. They're our citizens of tomorrow. And so I have a huge passion for reaching out to that population and saying, hey, you're growing up in an information world constantly bombarded by images. You've got, you've got this in your hand 24/7. You don't know how to put it down. How does that affect your well-being? And how do you actually see this world? Because they see this world differently than, the other generations coming in. So that's kind of one of my passions, is to work with that particular group. So I'm going to let you go to the next person, but thank you so much for this time.
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. And so working with children, right? Working with that next generation, does that also
Yeah.
include working with their parents as well? Or are you focused like on just helping the individual children, or are you focused on the family as a whole?
Well, we are holistic health coaches. You can't have one without the other.
Mm.
When you're talking to that generation, you're talking to them about their entire life. That's going to include their family. That's going to include their friends. So you absolutely, when necessary, you can have the supportive roles. But this generation is a little bit old, a little bit older, and oftentimes, they're thought of as an entitled generation, or a generation that's always on their phone or always on the computer, and don't spend a lot of time. But this generation came in with brilliant gifts. Every generation does, based on what this planet needs. And on a soul level, they have a unique signature that we've never seen before on this planet. And I'm super excited to work with them in whatever capacity that is. And as holistic wellness coaches, we do include all of that, which would include family and community. So it's a great question, Tyler. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course, of course. And the ripple effect is so real, right? Isn't it amazing how as soon as we start working on ourselves, on feeling better, and just kind of being more authentically aligned with the person we truly want to be, the effect that has on the person next to us and the person next to them as well. Uh,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
amazing. Yeah,
I mean,
right?
when I don't get any sleep, I'm grouchy in the morning, right? And,
Mhm.
I bark at people, and my dog annoys me, those types of things. When you feel better, you treat people better. And, we could use so much more of that, today. So it's about, taking care of yourself first, so that you have more to give to others, so that your cup runneth over.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And when you treat other people better, they treat you better. So it's
It's a
it's kind
ripple.
of
Yeah. The
right.
vibration changes completely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
100%. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Okay, so next in our list here is Shannon.
Hey,
Hey, Shannon.
hello, Tyler. So, what does health and wellness mean to me? It means quality of life. It doesn't, I have a lot of family members who have and who are currently struggling with cancer. I have a lot of family members with a lot of autoimmune conditions currently going on. So, health and wellness means to me quality of life right now. How are you living right now? What are your hopes and dreams for the future? And it means everything. So, what can we do as a team to help you gain quality of life today and tomorrow? And the reason why this is so important is I love my family, all of them, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my parents. I have a new niece as of this week, and another niece who's 2 years old. And it means the world to me to have a quality of life, to be able to enjoy to enjoy them, right? And everything that's going to happen. On a personal side, I have been dealing with endometriosis since approximately, give or take, 95, 96, 1995, 96. It's been a few years. Yeah, that happens. And it happens to a lot of women. And most of all, we each have our own journey. We have a few things who are able to help us. We have some conventional medicine things that are able to help. Sometimes surgery helps. Sometimes prescriptions help. Sometimes diet helps, homeopathic remedies. We are all individuals. Not everything works for every single person. And that's one thing that I love about this group is we are bio-individual. So what works for me might not work for you. What works for me might work for you. We're open to that. We're open to that conversation. We're open to dialoguing what's working, what's not working, and how can we implement what's working and move forward, open up our ideas to what else is out there with intelligence, right? We want to do a little bit of research. We want to keep our physicians involved. We are not the doctors. We are here to support you in your relationship with them. So that's incredibly important for all of us. So that's why it's important to me is I've been through a lot personally, and I've watched a lot through my family, and I want a quality of life for myself and for you and for others. And how do I want to help people as a health coach? Is I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen to what helped. I'm here to listen to what didn't help. And I'm here to work with you and to bridge the gap. And let's talk about all of the things I've learned, all of the tools that we've learned collectively as a group. You know, not just me, but my friends here on the screen with us. You know, what else have they learned? You know, we can pull ideas together, and we can make it through so that we can live a quality of life and what that means to you.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And yeah, the individuality is a big thing that we're going to be talking about. We'll talk about it more on this episode and in future episodes, because it's such an important thing to consider. Is what works for one person may not work for another person. We are completely unique in our needs, our challenges, and what works for us today may not work for us a year from now, right? We're ever evolving creatures. So, and what fascinating creatures we are. But yeah, that's where the value of having a coach, for somebody who can listen and help to uncover, you know, what are our bio individual needs as an individual, and what are we able to do about it, where we're at currently in our life and with our mindset and with our, like, all the circumstances that surround us. So thank you for that, Shannon. Thank you so much. Next on the list, we have all the way from the Virgin Islands, Courtney.
Hello, Tyler. Thank you so much for putting this together, and thank you to the rest of you coaches for being here. This is such a wonderful support, and I'm so excited to be part of this first podcast, and I'm excited about, you know, who we're going to reach and what's going to happen and the ripple effect that you talked about, Stephanie, because I truly believe in that. My name is Courtney Ramey, and I am an integrative nutrition health coach, and I'm also a Reiki practitioner. I think working with energy is so important. And I had a health scare in December of 2021. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I didn't expect that. And it really made me sit down and evaluate, am I truly happy? Am I where I want to be? Am I doing what I want to be doing? And side note, after lumpectomy and radiation, I am in the clear, and I'm happy to note that I'm healthier than I've ever been. So I'm thrilled to be here. But during that time of healing, I thought I want to do something greater. And that's how I came about to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition and my Reiki practice. And health and wellness, to me, means striving for wholeness and living a life on purpose, and living a life with, you know, as much joy as you can. Because I mean, we all have ups and downs in life, and it's all about that balance. And each day we can make choices about our health and the lives that we want to live. And for me, making positive choices, my life has really had a positive unfolding. And when I feel good in the body and in the mind and the spirit, I can't help but radiate that. And that ripple effect comes right back in. And the next question is, why is health and wellness important to me? I find that living a balanced life brings me more joy. And if I'm feeling a little unbalanced, I can take a step back and figure out, okay, what is going on? What do I need to add to my life? What can I remove from my life to get me back? Because when I feel better, I radiate better. And that is important to me. And making helpful choices gives me the best opportunity to fully express myself and the truth of my being, and like a vibrant life. I want to live a long time, but not only do I want to live a long time, I want to be rocking and rolling and up and doing what I want to do until the lights go out. And for me, when I feel healthy, when I feel vibrant, when I am making the right choices, I think that really sets me up for getting there. And as a health coach, I want to help people feel their best in their body, in their mind, and in their spirit, finding balance, living a life in balance. And that's really a dance, because every day we're presented with all sorts of different things. You could trip and fall, and that just offsets your day, but it's really how you react to that can determine the rest of your day after that little whoopsie. And as a nutrition health coach and a Reiki practitioner, I have the tools, and also my coaches that I've been learning with for the past year plus. I have the tools, they have the tools to help individuals really figure out what best works for them. Because what works for me may not work for you, but together we can figure out what works for you and what helps you thrive and what your body needs to feel your best. And I absolutely love seeing the transformation of my clients as we work together to find out what works for them. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Courtney, and thank you for sharing your story. It's really, powerful. What an amazing inspiration that could be for somebody to hear that, the experience that you had with breast cancer, the fact that now you're living such an empowered life, and you're actually, as I think Stephanie said, your cup has runneth over so much that you're now able to focus on helping other people as well. And maybe there was a point where it felt like that would never come. I don't know your exact story or exact feelings that you had through all the processes of your story, but I can relate to times in my life where I just felt like, how could I ever help anybody? Because I just I don't have myself yet, and to be in a position now where we can say, okay, cool, I feel good. I feel like, I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly evolving, but I'm feeling better and better. And now I have the capacity to look to other people and say, hey, how can I help you too? And what a great contagious energy that feeling is, that knowledge of knowing that we can make a difference for people because we've already made a difference for ourselves.
Yeah, making a difference for yourself is huge, because if you're not feeling well, you can't spread that. And because of my health situation, I just got clear, and I said, where do I want to be? I want to move back to St. John's. So I packed up the cat and some things, and we arrived here, and my life has really been lovely. And finally, my cup is overflowing, and it's just so nice to be back into my old community and making new community. And so many people are very curious and supportive about what I'm doing here. And this island needs it. I mean, not just this island, this whole world. And I think this holistic health front can be such a positive force. And I am deeply grateful to be a part of this.
Yes, we're grateful that all of us are a part of it. All of us bring something super special to this. And I don't think any one person could be the holistic health front, right? So I'm really grateful for all of you.